They called it Fairy Floss, and people stood in line inside the Palace of Electricity at the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair to taste it, and they were ready to shell out 25 cents, considerable amount given that the admission to the fair was 50 cents. What were they so eager to taste? Sugar. Of course, there was nothing new about eating sugar, but Fairy Floss was different. Tennessee natives William Morrison and John Wharton had invented a machine. It ran on electricity. It forced a spinning mass of melted sugar through a screen that was dotted with very fine holes. The molten sugar quickly cooled as it passed through the screen, and it produced thin fibers that tangled together to produce a large, airy ball. It was fun to eat because it quickly melted in the mouth. Morrison and Wharton patented their machine in 1897 and sold it around the country. Joseph Lascaux was captivated by the new-fangled candy and in 1921 produced a similar machine. To him, the ball of filament of sugar looked like a cotton boll, and he called his product cotton candy. And the name stuck, just like cotton candy, to everything it touched. The temperature of the melted sugar was not high enough to cause any caramelization, so the original version tasted like sugar. Eventually, food dyes, pink and blue being the most popular, were added to the spinning mix. Then came artificial flavors, ethyl maltol, vanillin, and furanol, which actually occurs naturally in strawberries. And these produced a flavor we now recognize as cotton candy flavor. Same ingredients can be used to produce cotton candy ice cream, but they are not found in cotton candy grapes. These were produced by crossbreeding different grapes in an attempt to produce varieties with an improved texture. And purely by chance, one of these tasted like cotton candy. And they sold it around the world and coined the term cotton candy grapes. Interesting footnote to this story is that long before the invention of cotton candy machines, Chinese confectioners heated a mix of sugar and rice flour and drew it into threads that stuck to the face like a beard, much like cotton candy. And then in the 15th century, in Italy, chefs were known to melt sugar, and they used a fork to quickly pick up some of the spinning sugar and flick the residue onto a cooler surface, and that created crunchy twigs of sugar not too far removed from cotton candy. That's the process that was perfected by the machines introduced independently by Morrison and Lascaux. Here's the kicker. William Morrison and Joseph Lascaux were both dentists. Sugar, of course, causes cavities, so they benefited from their invention in more ways than one. And that for today is our Cup of Joe.